Yo, and welcome to Stephen Retention. If this is the first time to my channel, welcome. And if you're back, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to ask the question for you guys to answer. Do you sometimes feel like a bit of the bad guy when you're on Semen Retention? And I don't know if you guys have kind of felt or encountered these kind of experiences, but what I've noticed is that I've almost got this ruthless, pragmatic kind of way. So I've just been doing a lot of cleaning and my mouth is dry. I haven't had much water, but anyway. Yesterday I got a message, actually a week ago I got a message from a guy that I've known for a while. I wouldn't say we're close mates. I mean, we've done some gigs together, we've worked together. We've never really hung out, we've never really done anything outside of work together, so I'd call him an acquaintance or a co-worker. So he reaches out last week. I'm like, yep, I'm able to catch up next week if you want to, that's all good. And then let me know which day works. Out of the two that he proposed, come the next week, he doesn't even text me back about those 2 days. And then the whole day passes, and then the next day, after the 2 days that he proposed, that he didn't actually get back to me when I said I'm available, about a whole day later, I was just like, hey man, just wondering if you wanted to catch up or if there was a point to that message that you sent me. And then about 2 hours later, he sends me this massive paragraph just being like, yeah, sorry, man. I thought, there wasn't any real point to the message. I just wanted to catch up as mates. It wasn't about making money or any gigs or anything like that. I just thought I just needed a friend because I've been in the emergency, room and my girlfriend dumped me and blah, blah, blah. And he's just dumping all this stuff on me, right? I couldn't help but think, interesting. This guy, habitual marijuana smoker, lives with his parents, never really taken any real risks in his life, was with a girl that worked in the Air Force, is probably on some massive salary, like 120k, 150k. I don't know what her pay is, I don't care. But I know he was asking me to do some gigs. I did them when I was early on in my music career. But then now I'm kind of like, I'm passing him as far as the finances go. So naturally, when the offers start to get worse, you kind of pull back and you're like, oh, thanks, but I'm not interested. We used to have good chats on the phone. And I used to say some things and talk and yada yada, but he always was that kind of guy that was like, we should do this. I want to work with you on music. Oh, I've been talking to so-and-so about your music. I love your music, man. I really want to get involved and get working with you and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, cool, man, cool. But you've been saying that for the last 3 years. You've been saying you want to work with me, but you've never hit me up and actually finalized something. And I've tried to reach out with you and do things. But it's always, oh, nah, sorry, man, didn't get back to you, blah, blah, blah. So when he finally goes into a situation where his life is falling apart, he's going through probably a bit of a dark night of the soul right now, which I think is good for him. I think every man needs to hit rock bottom. I don't know what the emergency room stuff was about, but if it's over a girl, I think that's a bit of an overreaction, to be honest. But hey, it is what it is. Semen retention has turned me into a bad guy. So I said to him, look, man, I didn't know you were going through that. Hope you get better soon. Reach out if you want to take the red pill. Oh, how dare I say that, right? So that's what I said. And he's like, I don't need to take any more pills right now. I just wanted a friend. And I was like, oh, wow, he just wanted a friend. Okay, now guys, you're probably thinking either you understand this frequency that I'm on, this kind of like this vibe, or you're probably thinking I'm an asshole. Well, maybe they're both the same thing. Maybe this frequency is the asshole frequency, but at the end of the day, what I've learned is that all these people are more than happy to reach out to me when they need something from me, when they need me to play one of their gigs, when they need me to fill in for some guy that can't do the gig. They want to reach out with me when they've got this opportunity that maybe if they get someone good like me to in board, we can get some more things. You know, I learnt about 6 songs for him once for a rehearsal, only to find out that the gigs he was offering were piss poor. So, you know, it's funny when you start to say no. We go back to this topic that I brought up in previous video this week, saying no to 1,000 things. Steve Jobs said no to thousands and thousands of things. He said no to good things. He said no to great things. He only said yes to hell yeah kind of things, okay? And here I am, a guy that always said, I'm never going to buy an iPhone. I'm never going to buy an iPhone. Recording a video on an iPhone using an Apple microphone headset kind of thing, whatever it is. And, you know, basically using the technology that Steve Jobs approved of. Who do you want to listen to? Do you want to listen to the guy that says say no to 1,000 things, or the guy that's going to the emergency department because his girlfriend broke up with him? Seriously? Come on, guys. I'm just being freaking real here, okay? I'm not trying to be insensitive and, you know, say that men can't feel emotions. But seriously, do you want to listen to this guy? Or do you want to listen to the guy that literally changed the world? What are we doing semen retention for? If you're not on this frequency, go find a woman, impregnate her, and deal with the consequences, okay? She doesn't have to be your wife. There's plenty of girls out there that will take your seat, okay? And if you've got an addiction to the hub, just go do that. Go release, and don't worry about the self-improvement. Don't worry about, you know, working towards your purpose. Don't worry about building new businesses. Don't worry about rebranding yourself. Don't worry about becoming the best skilled artist you could be. Don't worry about becoming a creator in this universe. Don't worry about that. Just release. Just go. Go. Just freaking go. Stop this video. Type in www.p and the first thing that comes up under your browser, click on that, and then you know what to do from there, okay? Okay, so now that those guys have left the chat, let's talk business, okay? So I've just decided as of October 1, after September 30th, I'm no longer teaching music in person anymore. I will be starting an online business for music, which will be helping people with their songwriting. I'll produce their music, I'll play guitar, I'll play piano, I'll sing on their music, blah, blah, blah. I'll teach them how to do all those instruments. I'll teach them how to market themselves. I'll teach them how to become full-time musicians like myself, because I'm living the life. I'm living the life that I carved out, and I sacrificed at least 1.5 years worth of time on semen retention just to get to this point right now, okay? All it took me was 1.5 years, a 15-month streak of solid head down, and I got here. I'm now no longer putting myself out there, you know, doing teaching jobs that I don't want to do. I'm not producing artists that I don't want to produce. I'm saying yes to life and no to what is no longer resonant to me. So what I do is I find myself again and again with these people reaching out into my life, into my aura, into my field, my electromagnetic field, and being like, hey, can I have a little bit of light right now? Like, I'm down on my luck. You know, remember that time when we used to, you know, I used to shout you a few cigarettes at the band rehearsal? Like, yeah, like, I want a little bit of that energy back. I want to be compensated for that. Or how about that time that I got you that 1 gig? That whole year, I got you that 1 gig. Can I have a little bit of energy back? Okay, can you help me, man? I'm just looking for a friend. I'm just looking for a friend, bro. I'm just... Guys, this isn't about friends. Friends, in my head, are illusionary. Friends are just people that, I guess, are part of your growing years. Friends are people you make mistakes with and you keep making mistakes with, and then eventually you realize that the things you do together are the reason why you make mistakes, i.e. just wasting time. I don't have friends anymore. I have people that I want to work with. I have people that I want to help with my business. I have people that I need their help for my own business. I have family, and family is non-negotiable. Family is people that have been born into their life, okay? I don't need to give you my energy just because you got dumped, bro. You know, I've told you and given you the option to take the red pill, but you don't want to take it. You don't want to learn the fact that it was just your turn, bro. And you didn't do the self-improvement. You remained as a Kuma. In a relationship, you can always be a Kuma. In fact, I'd say in a relationship, you're more of a Kuma than some of these single people out there that are Kuman. Actually, I'd say people in relationships are more likely to be cooming and gooning and dooming than single guys. Just straight up facts. I think they're reliant on their partner to coom. And then if their partner's not giving it to them or they're not attracted to their partner anymore, they're cooming online. That's facts, bro. I've been in long-term relationships and I reckon I was using the junk more than I was when I was single. So, I guess, with all this being said, I won't make this a long video today. I've got other things to do this weekend and I'm looking forward to taking home some bank, you know, and playing my music and getting better as a musician. That's what I like doing. I don't like necessarily being a shoulder or an energy fountain to let people bathe under my high vibrations, my high frequency, my higher outlook on life, my higher self. I don't need people to bathe in my fountains and dirty the waters with their leaky Kuma energy. This would have been different years ago when I was on a different vibration. But I withdrew. I pulled back. And what happened? You stayed there. You didn't do any improvement. You kept cooming. You kept blaming the outside world. I'm just so done with giving a damn about people in that frequency. If you're on semen retention, trust me, you will find the light. You will get through the dark night of the soul, as I have done. Guys, I've been through dark times and I had to fight those dark shadows, those demons within myself, the demons of the world, all by myself. I had to do it all by myself. And the one thing that really acted as a shield and protected me through that journey was semen retention. My life force energy, God's elixir, the thing that gives me the courage, it gives me the downloads, it awakens all portals of information within my being. So, look guys, semen retention will turn you into the bad guy through the lens of a Kuma. But a true retainer knows that semen retention is just a way of building that character, of building that masculinity, where you can look into the eyes of someone who is not going to be beneficial to you and you're not going to find any benefit in them. You know, you can be empathetic towards them. Do you need to spend hours of your time listening to them complain about them live and then try and give them some advice and they say, no man, I don't want to take the pill. I don't want to take the pill. I don't want to take the pill. Look, bro, I'm not saying you have to go full red pill rage. I'm just saying, take this pill, see the nature of the world as for what it is, and let me know how things go out on the other side. Alright, dudes, have a good weekend. Catch you later. Like and subscribe. Woo!